But we have right now, we have out of the 106 senators, 78 to 79 was the inclusion of this man yesterday from Akwa Ibom that joined. That a lot of the camping for no reason. I mean, it's a cry for help for our democracy. It's a shame the kind of anarchical government that we are projecting, more like a one-party state. So the National Assembly is. This shutting down plenary is a sign of weakness on my part. I mean,
on their part,
yes,
right?
on their part, yes, it's a sign of weakness on their part, rather, and it's not a true reflection of the expectations of the electorate. So there's nothing they want to tell us. We know the word's pounding out. They are using it as a weapon to beg for something.
They're using it as a weapon to beg for something, you think?
Yes.
Okay, there is this other trending headline from the Punch newspaper and the others we have reviewed this morning. It says Nigeria's debt may hit 193 trillion naira with new loans.
You see, there's no, I mean,
this calls for serious concern.
Yes. It's a shame that haven't blocked the issue of, stopped the issue of subsidy payment. We expect that there will be enough money being generated, which the federal government has admitted that we have more monies coming, and the states now have more money. So what is the question of asking to borrow money every time the executive goes to the National Assembly and the bag in hand seeking to get approvals that have already been gotten before plenary, approvals for sourcing of loans from donor agencies and nations? That is lack of leadership. I ask one question. Since we stopped subsidy, what has the government taught? What has the government done to start production? We cannot improve the economy without production. There's no production anywhere in this country that would be an indication of a serious trajectory of financial independence that is expected to reform the economy. We can't be sitting down and still be boring and still be importing things as common as plates, toothpick, and all that, and we expect the economy to grow. So borrowing is an arm of the executive, is a tool of the executive which they use to prepare for election. They borrow for election. They borrow to relate to satisfying friends and cronies. So that is where we stand. Until people are held accountable, until we eschew accountability in governance, it will be difficult.
It's really sad that borrowings have really increased in this administration, whereas we have some state governments that have said, no, we have not borrowed since the inception of this administration. Now, let's look at this other headline here. Let's see it. No, that's on PDP. Okay, I think we'll quickly move on now to the New Telegraph. The New Telegraph, okay, we've seen the New Telegraph. Let's see. The Nigerian Tribune is up for review this morning. The Nigerian Tribune has these headlines. Reps begin probe of border security architecture and funding. Reps begin probe of border security architecture and funding. The story you will find on page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune. The writers include only 84 out of identified 1,978 entry points are officially manned by security operatives. All right, from the top strip of the Nigerian Tribune, high cost, let's see that. High cost hit banks as inflation bites small depositors hard. That story is on page 5. Okay, on page 4, 210 trillion naira probe. Senate rejects NNPCL's explanation. Issues insist it must refund money to government. UBA commits $102 million direct investment in Chad securities. That's on page 5. Let's see from the bottom strip of the Nigerian Tribune. All right, let's see. Sanwo-Olu at Arewa House, we will defeat insecurity and others. Okay. Wike military officers clash over alleged illegal land development. That story is on page 3. Gridlock on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway keeps many stranded for hours. All right. On health, music may help reduce dementia by up to 40%, says study. Customs discovers 29.4 billion naira cocaine inside export boxes at PTML terminal. Gunmen abduct 6 defense ministry directors in Kogi. That's a sad one. Okay, we move on to This Day newspaper. This Day has these headlines. This Day newspaper, all right? Cardoso, economy begins or belongs to all. This Day newspaper. Cardoso, economy belongs to all. Reform gains must be protected. All right, get that story. The top strip of This Day: to attract fresh investment in oil sector, NUPRC announces 2025 licensing round. Please get the details. We have some other headlines. Komolafe says exercise to commence December 1, 2025. Okay, those are the riders. New round to accelerate federal government's additional one. Okay, from the right side of the This Day newspaper, at Arewa House, Sanwo-Olu boasts Nigeria will rout poverty, insecurity, other trials. Okay, there, please get the details. Well, these are the stories we're tracking from This Day newspaper. And then, of course, the Vanguard newspaper. Trump, diplomatic engagements yielding results. The Vanguard. Trump, diplomatic engagements yielding results, says federal government. From the top strip, we have these headlines. On page 8, all set for editors' conference in Abuja today. Page 57, reforms, or Tinubu's reforms winning North. Badaru Anyim Arewa think tank. On page 9, Wike soldiers bicker over alleged land grabbing in Abuja. The bottom strip of the Vanguard newspaper, we have approved duty-free importation for aircraft spare parts, says Keyamo. All right. No governor can complain of poor funding under Tinubu, says Sanwo-Olu. On page 8, we have PDP crisis. Lamido secures another court order stopping convention. All right. Anambra poll. Soludo deputy receives certificate of return from INEC. Engineer Meshach, let's quickly look at these. Yes, Trump, the diplomatic engagement yielding results. We saw that in the Nation newspaper earlier. Now the Vanguard puts it this way. All right, the Nigerian Tribune, we have this. All right, Reds begin probe of border security architecture and funding. This is one major thing. There is a major headline. There is this rider that says only 84 out of 1,978 entry points are manned by security personnel.
That is lack of leadership.
It's so surprising.
It's so unfortunate. I mean, this is something successive regimes tried tackling, but political division and ethnic bigotry has limited the capacity of former presidents and commander-in-chiefs to take stringent actions. And when you see what is happening in the country presently, I want to thank Donald Trump. I mean, because his shout out actually brought out. It started opening a can of worms. All this expose. You never knew that we had the Air Force had helicopters before. Since Trump shouted, the Air Force started recording their successes in the Lake Chad Basin. We never knew that we had 98% of our border entry points not covered until Trump shouted. We never knew. For the first time, I was shocked to see solidarity by certain religious group saying that the terrorists are their brothers, and their fathers and their friends. I mean, what a country of hypocrisy and hypocrisy. Very unfortunate. But talking about the borders, I think the Ministry of Interior and of course the Nigerian Immigration Service and Nigerian Customs Service should hold themselves in shame. I mean, in their capacities, they should, in saying our clients, they should have resigned, because that is a serious negligence on their part, and admittance of lack of leadership for this kind of news to be coming out. But moving forward, Nigeria is still redeemable. We need to have people that have the political will to take very, very drastic actions to project and protect the integrity and the sovereignty of our nation, because we have most of these insurgents are not Nigerians. They are Fulanis from the Lake Chad Basin, from the Republic of Niger, and I mean, politicians are responsible for their entry because these are tools that they want to use to fight their political fights for political positions. So quite an unfortunate situation.
Really unfortunate, but we hope that this will actually change with time.
Yes, when Trump comes, things will change.
Things will change. Okay, let's look at this one. Tinubu's reforms are winning North. That statement is credited to Badaru Anyim Arewa think tank. So,
most of the narration coming from most of these of their political motives.
Yes, the President Tinubu's reforms are winning the North.
It's a personal opinion.
Why not everywhere? Why not everywhere? Why not?
No, is he really winning the North? Is it not the same North you see his posters being torn away from streets?
They will tell you those are haters, right?
Haters. The haters are everywhere. Okay, is he only winning the North? Because we always have the capacity for arranging crowds. Paid crowd, 5,000, come and take these placards you printed. Your own is just to sing like this, sing like that. And of course, I mean, what a country. The governed and the governed are being used as tools to fight themselves, as being used as tools by the few political elites to propagate their ideology and continue to hold on to power, subjecting you, the electorate, to becoming more enslaved in ignorance and gullibility. I'm disappointed with a lot of people, allowing themselves to be used as tools, as pawns in the chessboard of the political elite. So we need to change that narrative. That's the lie from the pit of hell. It's not loved anywhere. No, look, Nigeria is not the problem of Nigeria. It's not just about Tinubu alone. It's us, both Nigerians, both the government and the governed are part of the problem. When we have lost a sense of responsibility as electorate, as followers, as citizens, to know what the Constitution says about being a citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and to understand that these people that we elected are people that we have elected to serve us, that we should hold them accountable both in leadership and in management of our finances. We allow ourselves to be used as pawns and to carry out their whims and caprices.
It's a sad one indeed. There is one trending headline that is in all of the papers this morning. That is the Wike and Army clash.
Wike is the most disappointing minister.
Just hold on. I want us to play that video so we actually understand the extent to which that clash went yesterday. Like I will say, but for the grace of God, it would have been worse. Yes, because that harassment was really, really unexpected. If we're ready, we can actually see that video. Wike Army clash over plot of land in Abuja. Let's quickly see that before we get your comment on that. That video is everywhere. But Engineer Meshakwa, we'll wait for that. Yeah. Yes, that story is everywhere. Let's get your view on that.
We're very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. It shows the level of and quality of leaders we have in this country. It's highly unacceptable, highly unprofessional for a serving minister to go to a site. You have people, you have enforcers. It is not your presence that matters, it is the process.
Yeah, his presence matters.
Look, even when your presence, what style, look, we have different communications styles. Look at how you are communicating, more like a talk, more like somebody that has been hired as an admiral. I must commend Lieutenant A.M. Yerima. Oh Lord, look, there were two things that would have happened yesterday. What saved that situation was the fact that Yerima is an officer. An officer is that trained personnel of the Nigerian Armed Forces who has gone through the Nigerian Defense Academy, probably has gone to Sandhurst, has gone to other international academies to get reform. Education reforms you, transforms you. He's lucky he was not a rank and file. There were certain people that would have decided to shoot everybody and shoot himself. With the kind of insult that man received yesterday, it was diplomatic. It was calm. It was efficient. Wike does not understand what leadership is. Let me tell you, Wike insulted the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. An insult to a uniformed man, and especially any member of the armed forces is an insult to the sovereignty of the state and nationhood of Nigeria. It's an insult to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It's an insult to the citizen of Nigeria. And that's what Nyesom Wike did yesterday. Wike exhibited a high level of insecurity within. That is, it shows a leader with low self-esteem. Look at the number of people you carry. DSS. The DSS were professional. It is
the police.
Yes, the DSS. What were they supposed to do? That was an escalating situation. Professionally, from the Constitution, they were supposed to protect and take their principal away from a rancorous situation that could lead to bloodshed. But instead, they were joining issues. We have a lot of sycophants in this country, shameless sycophants, who think so much of themselves and for their pockets. Wike, I'm disappointed in you. You are a shame to Nigerian leadership. I make bold to say it. That is a very disappointing outburst from a serving minister. And if you do not know, the Nigerian Constitution, the Nigerian Commander-in-Chief, Mr. President recognizes Lieutenant A.M. Yerima more than you. Because, look, Mr. President is President and Commander-in-Chief. Once he said, it is not, you are only an appointee.
Yeah. You know what I'm looking forward to? The reaction of the federal government.
That's what we're waiting for.
The Nigerian army.
That's what we're waiting for.
Outburst of yesterday.
Yerima, yes. May God bless you. You have spoken well.
That is from you. We've not known what the federal government will come up with, or what the authorities
It is what Nigerians will come up with. And look at, we have come up, Nigerians are coming up with the facts, with the truth. The federal government is an arm of it's an arm of the problem of Nigeria.
It's all right. We really hope that this issue will be handled maturely, just like that Officer Yerima handled the issue very maturely. Like you said, some other officers would have just shot.
Oh no! Everybody and shoot himself.
It has happened.
Can you tell me? Be calling somebody an officer of the federal a fool?
Yes.
Who looks more like a fool? Is it not that looks more like a fool?
We'll wait for the outcome of that. I know many Nigerians
we should have started with this one.
No, we didn't want this kind of anger to start our newspaper review. Well, we'll just take a short break now. I hope we can play back that video while we wait for the next segment of Morning Ride, and that will be our interview segment right here. Yes, and Meshach,
thanks for having me,
and thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, a break is due now. You know, see the way people move. It was fun everything.
Alpha Delta people, in less than 22 months, Governor Borori don show say im promise not be plenty talk with the full basket, not be cho with a more agenda, meaningful development, opportunity for all, realistic reforms, and enhanced peace and security. Progress don burst out everywhere. Im don upgrade over 500 roads, initiate over 300 new ones, and build plenty bridges where they connect our communities.
Every day when I dey reach here, my spirit dey jump, I'm already high, because this bridge never tell for what this sheriff talks well. Julius Berger is the high sheriff. Yes.
For education, over 3,000 teachers and support staff don join, and schools don dey get better shine.
I really want to say the government have done a good job providing us with these new buildings, because we lack lecture halls. We are grateful to the government.
For the health sector, 1 billion naira, you dey hear wetin I dey talk? 1 billion naira don burst out our health insurance. Hospitals don dey get better modern equipment, and new health colleges don open. Every day, changes dey happen for Delta State. For agriculture, 1 billion naira intervention fund dey help our farmers to produce better food. Make we not put the key to the talk about empowerment sef wey dey sup for the state. Sheriff don touch over 250,000 lives for the state.
Our administration is fully committed to what government expected to do for its people, which is to empower them to overcome the challenges of life and enable them to achieve their full means of happiness.
Everybody no go lack for his life, his generation no go lack. As he remember me, remember my daughter today, may God remember her. He go come again, we go see follow him again.
Our hard-working civil servant also they enjoy support, and for our security agencies, they don't get 66 security vehicles. When our governor does say make it enter the road, make it protect people for the street.
Thank you for the support that you have been giving to the police command and other security agencies in the state.
Ukodo just dey go around every sector to make sure say everywhere palash. Make una know say this one na proof say Governor Borowori dey talk the talk, he dey do the work, and na man wey dey win award sef up and down.
We are giving you these awards as the most all-inclusive governor of the year 2025.
This na sign say im dey bring hope and progress for every corner for Delta State. Make we join hand celebrate our leader wey truly dey make Delta State dey shine. The work never finish o, we go continue to dey do more.
Oborewori government dey do numerous projects and e still dey go on to dey approve new projects and e no still dey borrow money. Think am now.
No be lie, Delta government just approve projects worth 230 billion.
Governor Borowori understand say when good road network dey, e dey help the economy to dey robust. Even individual businesses go dey thrive, both transportations.
I hear say Governor Borowori don approve Agbo flyover 59 billion.
Yes, I hear am.
And flyover for Ogeli Patani Highway for Otowodo Junction. Also, Sapele dual carriage 35 billion.
Yes, I dey aware.
Wait till Oga Friday. I hear say all these road constructions wey dey go on for Delta State na across the 3 senatorial districts.
Now everywhere. Why you ask?
I hear say Governor Sheriff dey do road for Isoko Nation.
Governor Sheriff dey do numerous roads there. Don't forget say Governor Sheriff don complete Emo Road phase 1. As for the talk, so phase 2 dey in progress. Governor Sheriff don do Utekpo Road for Elu. Also for that Elu, construction of Arade Road still dey in progress. Governor Sheriff dey do road for Emede. He still dey do for Olomoro, Igwe Road. Also, 3 internal roads for Ideheze community. Construction of bridge dey in progress for Asaba Asa. And this Asaba Asa bridge, when it dey completed, it will connect Uzere for Isoko South to Asaba Asa for Ndopa East.
Don't do. Governor Sheriff more agenda. Na really matter. Governor Sheriff came prepared to govern with excellence. Brought to you by Delta State Ministry of Information. What's the happen?
Now my cousin brother, he visit Sapele recently. He say he surprised wetin I see. Say true when he dey hear say Governor Sheriff dey work for the 25 local government, say him be dey get doubts. But he don find out say everywhere when he travel go, he get one project or the other when Governor Sheriff dey do. He recently enter Sapele. He see and say Governor Sheriff don construct Major Bonwe Road from Okpe Road to New Ogorode Road.
And even construction dey in progress for Uko Road from Benin Road through Otuedo. Even for Old Sapele Wari Road from Amukpe Junction to Ikwewu Community, construction still in progress.
For this same Sapele so?
Yes, for Sapele.
Me, I hear say Governor Sheriff don do Sapele Wari Road to Gamon Bridge.
For Sapele so?
Yes, now.
Now my brother dey talk. Say Governor Sheriff don do Ororo, Chester and Benjamin Osaregbaje Road.
Yeah, yes, say the road where Governor Sheriff dey construct for Benin Road from Green Ekpedi Road for Olympia to Abeke Road, say he go soon complete am. Yes, sir.
Governor Sheriff,
as
if they do infrastructures everywhere, now so you see they do human empowerment.
Governor Sheriff Oborewori don train and empower over 250,000 youths across the state.
Delta Cares Fadama don distribute agricultural inputs to farmers for Oko Ogbele community for Oshimili South.
To farmers o.
Wetin you dey think like that?
Abi make I change career.
You get long way to go. Governor Sheriff projects na real matter. Brought to you by Delta State Ministry of Information.
All right, in Delta State here, Nigeria, we discuss issues as they affect the individual workers. And when we talk about the Nigerian workers, in particular the Delta State workers, there is a union that speaks louder for women. And this union is no other than the Nigeria Association of Women Journalists, NAWOJ. In Delta State, they are doing really, really well because we have a woman as the chairperson who has been there one term and re-elected for a second term in office. We want to put everything that has been happening within the union, the Nigeria Association of Women Journalists, NAWOJ, Delta State Council, in perspective. And so joining us in this conversation is the #1 NAWOJian, the chairperson of NAWOJ, Delta State Council, Comrade Sonia Unobunjo. So good to have you.
Thank you, Onume. I'm very, very grateful for this meeting today. Because
congratulations.
I'll call it meeting.
Our congratulations are in order.
Thank you very much.
As it were in the beginning of this journey.
So it will be better for us.
Congratulations
good morning,
indeed.
Good morning, viewer. Thank you for joining us.
Indeed. Now watch Delta State, a lot's been happening from 2022. Well, before the 2022 elections, see where has NAWOJ, or where had it been, and where is it today? The journey of Delta State NAWOJ from 2022.
Well, leadership, or let me use the word government, is continual. So sometimes we say we consolidate.
Okay.
We don't really bring our predecessors down because we want to score points. What we do is maybe he or she could not meet up with certain expectations. So you just look at it and find a way to meet up, add to what has been established. So I will tell you that NAWOJ, to an extent, certain things were done, certain things could not be achieved because of one challenge or the other, but I'll tell you that we are progressing.
Yes, indeed. It's obvious NAWOJ, Delta State Council, is progressing. Yeah. Let's look at some of your achievements since you assumed office as a NAWOJian president in 2022 to 2025. Yeah, let's hear them.
First, NAWOJ at state level is chairperson. Okay. And as an association of women, precisely women journalists, what we did, we carry out advocacy. For coming on board, I looked at it like, it's not just advocacy. They said a welfare slave is a happy slave. You cannot go advocate for others while you are not being developed. You'll be left behind. We did the little we could, due to paucity of funds. If not, we would have done more than that. But we're able to make impact. Okay. We carried out advocacies. We went to schools. We celebrated the girl child, which is one of our aims here. Okay. So we celebrated the girl child. We celebrated women. At school levels, we went to give pep talks. We went to do sensitization. Because the girl child, sometimes, if you don't follow up, there's going to be a problem at adulthood. So we carried out sensitization on health talks, personal hygiene. We, at a point, distributed sanitary pads for girls in schools. It's an ongoing project that we are looking at. Second tenure now, we'll develop on that. Where we'll have a place where we just go donate some needs of a girl child in school.
Okay, watching your screen, we can see some of your activities. You can actually relate with the pictures and videos you are seeing on the screen.
What
Let's
we have
know much more about the activities of NAWOJ.
This was the last program we organized to end my first tenure. And it was actually the International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking. We saw that if you don't catch them young, it's difficult to amend when they are older. So we went to schools. After sensitizing them, we now had to call the schools. What we have there, we have about 10 schools. But this one happened in Warri Axis. You know, Delta State is a peculiar state where you are doing something in Warri, you are doing in Asaba.
Yes.
Just like you are carrying everybody along.
Indeed.
So what we did, this one happened in Warri Access. We had about 10 schools, both government and private schools, where we gave lectures. If you check well, we had this one in collaboration with the there's this team comprising the DPO Gberikoko Police Station. You can see a female, very tall, beautiful lady there. She's a DPO. They have a program that they do in schools. It's almost like an education system too. So we brought all of them together. These coordinators, they are of different groups, NGOs. Then you have the state chairperson or chairpersons, Mrs. Stella Macaulay, who happened to be our zonal VP. So she represented the SWS. SWS is Stand Up for Women Society. So it has to do with mothers and children, how you bring them up. It was a very, 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 very impactful program on that day, where issues of drugs were, in fact, overemphasized. We had to talk and talk and talk to these children because we discovered that in primary schools, you see children of 10, 12, 13 in their early secondaries. They know how to save money to go and buy drugs. So it was a disturbing issue that we had to go to schools, talk to the proprietors, talk to the head teachers, and at the end of the day, that particular day, to mark the event, I had to call them together, and it was an impactful one. Then we also carried out sensitization in marketplaces. We found out that women, most times, they are all in the market. Either you are buying or you are selling. So we went to markets to carry out sensitization, even to the extent of the last election, which was 2023. We had to go for voter education. Yes, in collaboration with INEC and some other NGOs. FIDA. FIDA has been very, 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 very wonderful, particularly from the Warri branch. We had to go to places where we will find women, where we will find children as our major targets to impact on. We also had trainings for our members. We had trainings on gender-based violence, where we had resource persons from outside the states. We had trainings on digital storytelling and the use of AI. That was 2024. We had that in October 2024. We had training on accident and emergencies, CPR, in collaboration with Red Cross Society. We had training on mental health. We also had training on media information, where we had lecturers from the University of Benin as resource persons for it. If not for want of time, and because before you know it, 3 years, I never knew that it was 2022 to 2025. When I looked at some of the events, I said, wow. So God be the glory, we're able to carry out these few ones that I could remember. There are lots that for now I can't really tell you that this one and that one we touched or we did not touch, but I know that we were able to cover some as planned, but we could not do all. And I believe
there's always another time. Exactly. Now, yes, members of NAWOJ, Delta State Council, have a lot to say about your administration. What do you think you did differently that actually has made a mark, especially as members of NAWOJ and in generality, all women in Delta State actually praising your efforts? What have you done differently?
Well, I won't sing praises of myself, but I know I have a conscience. To an extent, for those who came close or closer, they will tell you from their heart of hearts that this
Canva or Canva? Can you please throw more light on that?
From what we saw, we were able to impact on our members and those who benefited. We, in their quiet time, tell you that it was during the first tenure of Sonia Onokunjo that I learned this as a skill. In one of our international days, which was International Women's Day,
Okay.
we had so much that when I tried to do an appraiser, I saw that, let's see, for those who took their time to participate, they benefited. We had sensitization for that International Women's Week. It was a 3-day program. We taught ourselves how to tie gele. You know, in broadcasts, for instance, there are times if I want to take the news, I tie my hair myself. Where I see that it's not forthcoming and I just need to be there, emergency, I can tie. So we taught our women, because we attend events almost every now and then, we taught our women how to tie the hair by yourself, tie for somebody to make money for yourself. We taught them how to redesign wrapping of maybe souvenirs. We taught them that. On the other hand, somebody came to teach how to manage yourself, your mental health in the society and your workplace. So we had that one. As part of it, we even went as far as visiting orphanages to mark our days. We went to visit a place in Iguzo. I've not seen it before. In fact, I've not heard of it. And when I heard of it, I was so excited. I want to see the people. Okay, that's what we have on the screen there. There's a place in Iguzo, a home for childless old widows.
Yeah.
When I heard of it, I said, wow, I need to see that place. And when we got there, the women were excited. And they showed me one of them. She said she had not gotten a new wrapper before. What she gets is something that has been made. So when she saw that new wrapper, and she was so excited. And it was a scene of joy, of which, like we will say, all work, no play, make jacket, oh boy. It was rounded up with a dinner night for us. But I'll tell you, my dear, like I said, all may not be happy with you. Some based on envy, some just they are not. They don't want to be
anti-progress.
Yes, but some will be happy because they see it as I have benefited something.
Okay.
I know a lady who she's not a member of NAWOJ, but she was opportune to be around that day.
Okay.
She ties hair now as I speak with you.
Okay.
She ties hair for people and make money out of it.
Okay. So you empower members and non-members to actually be self-sufficient for themselves.
I will tell you, when you say non-members, you are my friend. You may not be a member of NAWOJ. If I have the opportunity to train women and you are around that same moment, I won't stop you from joining them.
Okay.
So that's the privilege she had that day.
Okay.
And if you could recall, there was a day we went on a courtesy visit on a former commissioner, and you were there on your own for a different purpose. I asked you to join us, just like you have associate members.
Exactly.
So you can associate with us.
So your leadership as the head or the chairperson now at Delta State Council, you've carried every member along, even beyond NAWOJ, you've carried women along in your activities.
Yes.
Now, this is almost 3 years running, and you've been elected for another 3 years. The things that you have done in the past 3 years, what exactly, which area would you want to build on, and which area would you want to just say, okay, we're done with this area, let's just drop them, let's drop it, let's move on? Which are these areas?
That sounds funny, but we want to develop on all areas.
When you say areas,
we said initially we talked about professionalism.
Okay.
At this level, we've had some resource persons from within.
Okay.
We'll look at going outside the box.
Okay.
I know it is possible, But most of the times, the challenges we had, sponsorship.
Okay.
And I will tell you, whether local flights or international flights, flight is expensive. Because we are looking at distance. You may be going from South Africa to Northern Africa, and you just see that the same distance requires the same amounts. So you want to wait. If I have 1 million naira and we can train 10 persons, let's do it. So we'll advance on, or rather we'll improve on training and retraining, professionalism. This time around, by God's grace, learning from past events and experience, I'll tell you that we are looking at how to go for international training, and we'll get there.
Wow, that's a very big one, looking at attending international trainings and conferences.
We will get there.
Mm-hmm. Let's look at the constitution of your committee from 2022 to now. What's your committee actually doing differently that is making Nawojan so happy about the Nawoj chairperson and its executive?
It's a
the
teamwork.
constitution, yes.
Yeah, it's a teamwork. We followed constitution, but sometimes people will mock me or try to say that I want to say I know the constitution. I don't know it all. What I know is the basics, those ones that are obvious, that is constitutional, I follow it. And interest may not be there when we talk about my team. But what I do is talk to them and let's see how we will succeed. It is not the Sonia thing, but it is that administration's thing. So we were able to work along with the constitution, at the same time add the human value to it. I use the word human value. Constitution may be very, very strict on certain things, but when you look at it humanly, what do? You cannot say you are the chairperson, you want to assert. No. When you want to assert, people look at it like you are too authoritative. So you lobby them to move on. So that's the difference.
Okay. Now, there is a new election. Let's look at the activities around your re-election and then what you set to achieve in this new tenure.
Unfortunately, to some, I didn't do well. And I told one or two persons who said, you're coming for a second tenure, you did not do anything. I said, I'm sorry, I'm a journalist, but I failed to publicize everything that I did.
Okay.
So it was a loophole that many took advantage of.
Okay.
I was surprised when I saw some of the pictures of, I'm not really a picture person, but we were able to get some pictures handy. And I saw that with all this, truth be told, I did not achieve all that I aimed to achieve, but we had more than 60% of it. When I saw what was the reason as finance, I told myself I had to re-strategize on how to get the finances for our activities. So it's going to be a blast.
Okay.
I use the word that it's going to be a blast because coming on board, we were inaugurated on the 17th of October, just less than a month. Mm-hmm. We've been able to do a program in October. Like what you see on the screen was a program done in October, the month of World Mental Health.
Okay.
And so far, so good. Visit to schools, it's a continuous event for us. It's a pet project.
Okay.
We'll go to schools, we'll talk to them during the assembly. We have launched it in Warri Axis, we'll do it in Asaba here, okay, where we go to schools in the morning and talk to students. We talk to pupils too. We want to catch them young. That one is a pet project ongoing. From this event now that you see on the screen, we have ambassadors in these schools.
Okay.
Yes, we've already inaugurated
pass
them.
the
Yes.
message to their fellow students. Okay.
Yes. So we'll do that in Asaba, continuity, because like what I said, we are consolidating. If there are few ones that we'll bring in, we already have some that are existing. So what we want to do this time around, we go to schools in Asaba, we do same advocacy on drugs, HIV/AIDS, because there's a problem now where the drug is being abused.
Okay.
Yes, from there they contract.
Okay.
So we will do these ones. Then that of mental health is going to also be a continuous one, because mental health has been a problem for almost everybody. A man that has a nagging wife, he will have mental health issues. A woman that has a troublesome husband will have mental health issues. The same thing, parents that have children who gives them problem or who give them problems will also have this mental health challenge. So the mental health program, we are sustaining.
Okay.
Yes, we are sustaining it. It's going to be like quarterly done. We may do it both online, get resource persons to continue with us. So first, coming on board, because we are serious with what we want to do. Every month we must have issues to discuss. We must have programs to do. Monthly. We've done that for October. November, it's, and luckily for us, November, it's a month of 16 days of activism to enter December. So for this November, we're having our Congress today.
Yes.
Our inaugural Congress today.
Okay.
After the Congress, we have programs from yes 25th down to September. And by God's grace, in December, we are going to have like Nawaj's Day Out.
Nawaj's Day Out. Before we get there, let's look at an issue that has almost become public, the issue of funds to Nawaj, spending of such funds for trainings and all of that. What will be, I wanted to just quickly put the record straight, because that's where we had a little of some negative talk about your administration.
Please,
let's get it straight.
I want you to be specific so that when I speak on what you have just asked.
Yes.
Funds.
Yes, were there some funds or about funds released to your union for training overseas?
How much is it?
That's not known to me now. Yes, if that actually happened, put the record straight.
On the day of my election, my second tenure election, I got a call from a reporter who I believe is an investigative reporter. You know, when you have colleagues that you respect and they do things contrary, you will feel so disappointed. Few weeks or few days, less than a week anyways, to my second tenure election, I saw a report on social media, Facebook precisely. Nawaj leadership in tears, over 39 million naira from state government. I looked at it.
Never mind the bold headline. You are here now.
You understand?
Yeah, just
I looked
put
at
that record very straight so people will understand.
Yes, by the time I looked at it, I said, this guy is too mature for this.
Okay.
And I kept quiet.
Okay.
I said, somebody that you know you can call, balance your reports. That makes you a true journalist. Balance your reports. So unfortunately, I don't know, maybe he got calls from colleagues, and he called me. He said, Nawaj 39 million naira. I said, please, today is my election. There is no letter written by Nawaj for foreign training. So let me get it clear now. Thank you for this opportunity. Nawaj Delta did not write to Delta State government for training of Nawajians. There's difference between the chairperson going to an individual or even the state government as the chairperson of Nawaj and going as an individual. Let me use myself as an example. If I enter Delta Broadcasting Service as about today to see the general manager, it is not because I'm Nawaj chairperson. I can walk in there because I have an issue that I want the general manager to attend to as my personal issue. So I can go there as Sonia Unobunjo, not as Nawaj chairperson. But the thin line between these things, what the people got wrong. There was actually an attempt for a training, overseas training, but not by Nawojans.
Okay.
I was one of them.
Okay.
It was a program, International Broadcast Convention 2025, IBC in Netherlands, because that story is in the air, so there's no secret about it. I registered, my vice registered, some other persons registered. Then we had 2 correspondents from Government House who are not Nawojans. So it cannot be a Nawoj matter then. We were all interested. While we were doing that, the process, some of them said it was too expensive and they pulled out. We said we will source for fund individually, but along the line, 1 or 2 persons can access the state government because they are closer to the government or they are on the corridors of government. So please, 6 of us, see how we can get something from government to augment for this trip, which they had the opportunity to see the state government. And monies were released. I did not go. I did not sign that letter because 1, it was a group thing of women journalists, not Nigeria Association of Women Journalists.
Okay.
You see it now. We're all practitioners, media practitioners, but we are not in the same association, so it cannot be the association's property. The money was released, but unfortunately, I was not in charge. And that money did not get to me. Neither was I the one that signed for that money. If we had 6 of us, like I said, 9 of us registered, 3 pulled out. They pulled out from the beginning. But when they gathered that, money was released. They even heard before me. They started writing petitions. They started writing petitions that they were coordinators, they were in charge, their names were removed.
Yes, we will not go into that because, like I told you, is putting the record straight.
Yes.
Yes. It's something that could either smear somebody's image knowingly or unknowingly, but you putting it straight this morning is enough for us.
It is not Nawaj issue.
It's enough for us this morning.
It is not Nigeria
indeed.
Association of Women Journalists. But women
you did not get it. You did not get it. You did not sign for it.
I did not sign for it.
Now
I did not write for it.
Exactly. Comrade Sonia, thank you for making this point right.
I appreciate this opportunity.
Thank you.
I will thank you, not just you.
Yes, I should thank you too. Now let's wrap up with this question.
Yes.
By the end of this tenure, what would you say what would you say to Nawojans and to Deltans generally you have done differently, and what would you be thanking God for?
Oh, my dear. First, I pray for long life. It is only those who are alive that can plan. And it is the grace of God for you to see the next day to execute your plan. This is just the beginning. But I must say I appreciate those Nawojans who stood by me, who are standing by me, and they are still there. Yes, they've not really seen the best of me, I will say that. But by God's grace and with the ability that will come my way, they will be the one to testify of what the difference will be like at the end of the day. But I must appreciate all Nawojans. Whether you like me or you don't like me, I say thank you. Because it's not by force. Yes, it is not compulsory. There are some persons, they don't like you, they don't hate you. So it is natural.
You're neither hot, you're neither cold.
Yeah, it is natural. I will appreciate everybody for the opportunity. It is not really easy. It is not easy to even accept somebody. For those who accepted me, I say thank you. For those who don't accept, please learn to accept. Because leadership is not easy. You cannot please everybody, but then just try. Whoever is wearing the shoes, know where it pinches. So you that is on the other side, say if you just leave it for me now, just play this ball inside the goal. Enter field, then you know what it means. So leadership, I will tell you, it's not easy. But by God's grace, we will make a difference, particularly in this second tenure.
Thank you very much, Comrade Sonia Unabunjo. So good talking with you this morning.
Thank you.
And thank you for all that you're doing with and for Nawaj Delta State Council.
It's my pleasure. Thank you very much.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, a beautiful woman, full of intelligence, full of integrity, putting records straight and talking about her achievements as the chairperson of Nawaj Delta State Council and re-elected as Nawaj chairperson for another 3-year tenure. We must wish her well and look forward to better things to happen for Nawaj. Once again, Comrade Sonia, thank you for being part of Morning Ride.
It's my pleasure. I salute you.
Thank you. All right, Morning Ride continues now with another interview segment with the member Delta State House of Assembly representing the good people of Anyocha North constituency, majority leader and chairperson of the Information Committee. Please stay with us as we take on this interview with Honorable Emeka Nwobi.
Morning Ride, Wednesday morning, right here on Delta Television, the People's Pride. Every other time on their station, we try to look at things going on around the state and sometimes far away from the state. Well, this morning we are looking at Delta State and what it entails to be right here at Delta State. The state wouldn't work out very well if we do not have the 3 arms of government and if they're not doing their jobs properly. Well, this morning on Morning Ride, the big topic is 2nd anniversary of the Delta State 8th Assembly. We have with us one who has been called leader of the State House of Assembly. He is nobody else but the very wonderful Engineer Emeka Nwobi. It's good to have you right here, Morning Ride.
Thank you very much.
Good to have you right here.
Just
so you know, Engineer Emeka Nwobi is the Anyocha North Constituency Chairman, House Committee on Information, the Delta State House of Assembly.
Engineer Emeka Nwobi is the representative of Anyocha North people in Delta State House of Assembly.
That's beautiful.
And Chairman House Committee
on Information
and the leader of the House.
Yeah. All right. Now, let's know how it has been for the past 2 years now.
Well, it's been wonderful. It's been awesome. Very productive 2 years. And looking at everything that has happened, we felt it was important to give God the glory, and to that extent, yesterday we went to the church for Thanksgiving for our 2nd anniversary. So I would say that so far so good.
That's great. That's great. Now, you currently hold a record of the highest number of bills sponsored in the Assembly. Could you highlight what motivated some of these bills and the long-term impact?
Just as you may rightly know, the primary functions of legislators are 1, lawmaking, 2, representation, and 3, oversight function. So it is one of the primary functions to, make laws, and to that extent, I felt it was important to come up with some bills that will affect Deltans positively. And in each of the sessions, I've had bills sponsored, and like you rightly said, at the moment, I have the highest number of bills sponsored in the 8th Assembly. To God be the glory, yeah.
To God be the glory.
Can you highlight some of the bills, for us to know and say, okay, this is what you sponsored or co-sponsored?
One of them. One of them is the Merit Award Bill. That bill seeks to award and recognize Deltans who have contributed to the development of the state. And of course, even give a posthumous award to people who have made Deltans proud but are no longer living. That's a synopsis of that particular bill. Another bill is the
domestic staff
Delta State Domestic Service Providers Bill. What the bill seeks to do first is to create data so that in Delta State we have the data of domestic service providers. All right? There are people who engage in businesses of providing domestic staff to others.
Sure.
We want to know how many of these such people do we have in Delta State. We want them to register with the Ministry of Women Affairs so that there is data for tracking of records. And then we also want to use that bill to check domestic violence. There are some cases where people engage house helps and you notice that they are molested. Okay? But because there is no such bill, there's nobody to cry to. The bill seeks to ensure that there is periodic check on such persons who are engaged with, or within Delta State. So the ministry can actually, because they have record, they have the data, they have the address of everyone who has employed a domestic staff. They can actually walk in anytime to get the feedback. Then, most importantly, it also seeks to protect even the employer, because we have seen cases where the same domestic staff that you employed will either vandalize your house, do away with certain things. In some cases, some of them even poison their employers. Do you understand me?
I get you.
Record has shown that, I think that's Ibenedion's mother. In the course of doing that bill, I read and discovered that the mother was actually killed by the house help, just for peanuts. There are a lot of such instances. So what our bill seeks to do is to check all these menace and to see that there is record. Now, with that bill, there is no employee who will commit crime in Asaba and then run to Warri and possibly change name or whatever to also provide the same domestic service. Because there is record. The moment that happens, the moment anything happens, the employer goes straight to the ministry and reports.
What ministry precisely?
Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development. Yes. So the employer goes straight to the ministry and reports. So the record is there. So by the time the same person runs to Warri, for example, and wants to seeks employment there, because the employer must record it. The employer must go and record it with the ministry that I am employing this person now. Or if the employer is employing the person from a provider, a domestic provider, the ministry oversights what the domestic providers do. They will see it in the record that this same person had a bad record in Asaba. Are you getting the point?
Right. Yeah.
So it seeks to protect both the employer and the employee.
So when the bill is passed,
the bill is passed already.
The bill is passed.
Yes.
It means that if you have a domestic staff and you do not register that domestic staff, what happens to the person?
There's a penalty.
Penalty for it.
Yes, it is compulsory. It's compulsory that you must.
Register your domestic
Yes,
staff.
you must. Yes.
Okay, so let's touch on your chairmanship position as chairman of the House Committee on Information. How is your committee ensuring transparency public awareness and effective communication of legislative activities?
Let me say that when I came on board as the leader of the House, I made it compulsory that each time we pass every single bill, I give opportunity for the press to interview me. You know, I grant interview, I let the world, particularly Deltans, know what the bill stands for, why we have passed the bill, and what the people are, you know, should be expecting to benefit from the bill. Yeah.
Just like we're doing.
And of course, you know, you are not also left out. DBS also is part of the agencies under my committee's oversight. You know, you would have known that periodically we invite DBS Pointer, DBS Asaba, DBS Warrior.
We have our correspondents, right?
Yes, you know, media,
right
all the media houses to have you know, a chat with us so that we know what actually is going on and the areas that we need to improve on. So that's
Honorable, there is hunger in the land, really.
I agree with you.
Nigerians are battling with inflation, and right here in Delta State, it's not been Uhuru yet, but we know that the government has been working so hard. And you did something that I cheered recently when you pushed for a bill concerning landlords and tenants. That was my favorite. I don't know about all the bills. When you were talking about domestic staff bill, I was relaxed, you know, because I wouldn't get a house help when I'm trying to feed myself. Right. And when you talked about the other bills, there's something about food.
This bill seems to be the most popular bill now.
Yeah.
Even though it's yet to come, I've not taken the first reading. I'm actually the one sponsoring it.
Yes,
so it's undergoing processes before it comes for the first reading. But I mean, the upload the bill is getting already is quite.
Let me explain it to you very well.
Right. Yes.
You know, the impression that the average Deltan or Nigerian has is that if you're at a house, you're living all right. You probably have your own house. You probably are a landlord yourself. And so people feel that there is no enough emotional connection there. But when I saw that bill,
is completely wrong. Can I tell you something?
Yeah, go ahead.
We feel it more than the common man.
Please explain to our viewers.
Because if you come to my office on a daily basis, you see not less than 100 persons lined up in reception waiting for me. What are they coming for? I have never, in my 10 years in office, I have never attended to anyone who just came to say, Honorable, I just said, let me come and know how you're doing and how your family is doing. Everybody comes with a problem. So you see that the thing bounces back on us.
Yes, it does.
Most times, the same people who are seeking, you know, accommodation, they come to you. But the bill is so much on them to pay. So they are seeking your assistance. So the thing bounces back on us. Unlike what you think that, oh, we are in a safe haven, where we don't feel the pains of the people. That is not true. The honorable member sits in the office and attends to everybody who comes to tell you that my wife is pregnant, is going to deliver tomorrow, and he needs money, hospital bill, he needs school fees, they need rent and all of that. So we receive
this bill. It tends to regulate landlord-tenant relationships, ensuring fair practices and dispute resolution mechanisms.
Correct.
But the big question there, one of the biggest disputes there is the agent disturbances. So I want to know how this bill is going to